Good evening. We've played the game. We didn't break the rules. We've played it cool. And do you know what? I think maybe they haven't had that extra drink today. He said, I expected Germany to come last. I'm shocked Isaac got so much love from the juries. I do understand the 13 points from the public. I thought Isaac would have got like 10 from the juries. Let's just take a quick look at this. Here are our, in actual fact, let's do our results after the jury scores. Germany's in 10th place there with 99 points. Let's start off with that because I think, you know, Germany were quite nervous going into this, that they were going to come last again. Who do I think is going to be sympathetic to the German song? Panel, put yourself forward. Who's sympathetic to a German song? Ian?
Yeah, I quite like this one. It was quite a friend. It's a bit middle of the road, but therefore makes it quite friendly to people. It's not. People aren't going to hate on it as much. He's a very good singer. His performance was very, very good. And the juries are scoring based on a set criteria, and you look through the song. It's quite well constructed. His vocals very good. It's a good dynamic in it. It looked great on the stage as well, in the burning house. So it ticks a lot of the boxes. It's not exceptional, so it might not garner a huge public vote. But in terms of jury stuff, you can see where it ticks the boxes for stuff they're looking for and would appreciate. So yeah, I'm quite happy that Germany got a decent result with that.
I think ultimately his voice was what won it for him. Like when we were just saying Slovenia and Austria are a little bit weak or a very, you know, you either like it or you don't. His voice is really lovely to listen to, and it's very powerful, and he's soft when he needs to be, he's strong when he needs to be, and he carries it well. So the whole setting the mood was staged well as well. So Germany had hit on something that worked in this instance, and I'm really glad for Isaac.
Yeah, and our chat room is pretty much agreeing that about his voice being a superb singer.
I think another strength of the German entry this year is that the thing that made it stand out for me personally, no introduction, it's just like boom, straight in. And I think that was a real plus point because there was none of this faffing around, straight in, the voice is the star, that's what we're doing. And I think that, you know, it's quite good. There's a comment by Dan there, if we could just get that up on the screen. Germany deserved the result they got. His voice reminds me of Rag and Bone Man. The song itself is very British too. So, yeah. Quite like that. Right. Guys, over to you. You need to tell me, what were your biggest surprises and or disappointments? Who wants to go first? Phil and Michelle, let's go to you.
Biggest disappointment, Estonia, of course.
Yes, that's mine as well.
Obviously,
20th, not deserved.
Yeah,
the juries are deluded.
I think that deserved a bit better. I was also disappointed with Looktel not doing as well. Only came 14th. I thought that deserved more. I like that song. It was good.
I liked it as well, but I think it was only a couple of places higher it should have been.
So maybe just a little bit too subdued.
I was surprised at Luxembourg being 13th.
Yeah.
I didn't have it in my top 20, to be fair. It was, there's nothing special. I was also upset that Finland came 19th because that was bottom of the pile for me. Bollock or no bollock, it didn't improve it one iota for me.
I was pleased for Ireland. That was definitely a well-deserved result. I'm glad to see Ireland back in the competition, taking a risk and it paying off.
Yes, that's one that you definitely need to see the staging for. Yeah.
Let's ask a genuine question to the panel on this because I think Ireland's a good stopping point on this. Now, Ireland had their best result since 2000. In 2000, they came 6th. It was Eamon Toll, Millennium of Love. If anyone feels like they've got stomach trouble and need something to kind of help, shift stuff, I recommend listening to it a couple of times over. It will genuinely induce something. But when Doomsday Blues was selected as the Irish entry this year, Sean, did you actually envisage this doing as well as it did?
I thought the song had a lot of potential. I really did, and I knew it would qualify, and I was hoping that Ireland would come out with something magical and spectacular for it, and they did. And Bambi Thug performed it amazingly. It was a work of art from the very first note to right to the end. It was captivating. It was exciting. It was interesting. It was just spectacular, and I'm so pleased for Ireland. Really pleased. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh dear, he's off. And he's off. Nick, let's come to you. Your views on Ireland?
I have to agree with Sean. Well, actually, the staging really warmed my heart. That is the way you do staging at Eurovision, because at the at the national final, I thought I was looking at a school musical going off the rails. It didn't do anything for me, and I was like, oh my god, is this going to save Ireland in Eurovision? But when I saw at the pre-parties, when she had every time another costume, and she had a vision, and she was stunningly beautiful in so many different ways, then I had hope. But
can
then
I just remind everyone the non-binary, so it's they. I may have made the same mistake. I can't remember, but just to be sorry.
You are absolutely right. I'm so sorry. And we have to think in 2 different languages, and then the non-binary thing, I will work it out. They were amazing, but then the staging has to be on point, and I didn't quite sure what Ireland was all about on the staging. They had a few misses when they tried too hard with Leslie Roy a few years ago, where they had excellent staging, but the vocals were not on par, and I didn't know how it would turn out, but I was really amazed by it, and I clearly can remember this is how you turn into a horrible song into a masterpiece.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd go with that. Elliot's put in the chat room, if we can pull that up. Ian said the jury's mark off a certain list. Top of it is the originality of the composition of the song. And let's face it, original, this most definitely was.
Sorry, if that's the case, the top of the jury list is originality. You're not telling me that anyone's ever sang a song about, no, these aren't our drugs, mate, we've never seen them before in our life, while doing, why then do the juries not think that that was an original song?
Michelle, are you bitter about Estonia still?
Yes, I am.
Do you not think that Bambi Thug just did originality better than Estonia did? He just kind of went like that a bit with their arms.
Yeah, well, you do that as well if you were on drugs.
I mean, but it was like, and apologies, this is like a breakfast TV reference from like 30 years ago. It was like Mr. Motivator on acid. It's kind of going, everyone, let's kind of do it.
Bambi Thug, they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was perfection. You need to see the staging rather than just listen to the song.
I'm glad as well that there's some effort was put into the staging, because when you watch Eurosong on RTE, on the Late Late Show, it's all a little bit low budget, poor sound. The acts clearly can't hear themselves singing, but they really brought out the big guns for the actual.
Thank you very much, Ireland.
Yes,
they were superb, and there are a few comments here. ESC Manga, Ireland deserved to be in the top 10. Bambi Thug was amazing. Dan says, was Ireland staging the best of the night? Yes, I personally think so. And then there's one comment, where is it? Lee, just above that. Hopefully Ireland is back now. That's an interesting question, because further up on our comments list, John actually says, Ireland smashed it out of the park. There was no RTE involvement in that. So let's go to Mick on this one, because you were in the arena. You were in Malmö last week. What are RTE going to do next year? Are they going to try and find another Bambi Thug, or are they basically going to do the same thing and hope the same thing happens twice?
I believe that Bambi Thug is a one-off. It was a jaw-dropping moment in the arena, but I do know that it is the Marmite song, I think, of the competition, because while I was out there, my travelling companion and quite a few other fans who I was speaking to, they hated it. I absolutely adored it and loved it. It was I will never forget that moment when I saw it in its full glory. And hats off to Bambi Thug. They had obviously a lot of input. You know, the artists themselves had a lot of input. How they wanted it, how they designed it, and I think RTE definitely had a hands-off kind of approach and just let Bambi Thug and their team just go with it. And I think hats off to them for allowing that. I don't think lightning will strike twice. We do know that, where sometimes a country does, you know, knocked it out of the park one year, the next year, even if it comes good, they seem to go down. It's, you know, snakes and ladders. So I think, yeah, I hope Ireland will qualify for the final next year. But how do you follow Bambi Thug? I feel sorry for the person who has to come back, you know, after them. It was just, well, I can't say anything else. I just thought it was the absolute, my iconic Eurovision moment ever. I think that was, they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And all those people who didn't like Ireland, you're wrong.
There we go. Well, to be fair, I wasn't the greatest fan of the song, but that performance converted me straight away. They were just so good. I was picking up the phone for them all week after that. I mean, it was amazing.
It was just mesmerizing. You just could not take your eyes off the performance, and it was just stunning.
Guys, this has been ESC Fan TV covering Eurovision 2024. Enjoy the off season. We'll be back soon. But from all of us, it's ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.